Welcome to me, Ka'amcha Yisrael. In the Jewish lexicon, there are four common expressions often paired with the word shalema, meaning perfect or complete. Emunah shalema, teshuvah shalema, rifu'ah shalema, and ge'ulah shalema. The word shalema conveys the notion of an absolute and total perfection, which we strive for in these four realms of spiritual and physical life. Remarkably, each of these expressions is deeply connected to the Sukkot. As we step outside and sit beneath the Kippat HaShemayim, the heavenly veil of protection, the Sukkah itself becomes a testament to our Emunah Shalema, our perfect faith in Borei Olam, one who protects and watches over us, as noted by the Divrei Shaul. The Torah Avot explains that the following: on Yemei Hadin, during which our Teshuvah may have been driven by fear of retribution, we now enter Zaman Simchatenu, embracing the mitzvah with simcha and ahava. This joy transforms our repentance into a real teshuvah shalema. V'hayita ach sameach, you must be happy, is the core mitzvah of Sukkot. The Vilna Gaon explains that this is one of the hardest mitzvot in the Torah, to wear a smile and to be truly joyful for 8 days straight. Reb Ruvain Benges, who granted semicha to Reb Elyashiv over 100 years ago, offers a powerful analogy. On Pesach, even the tiniest crumb of chametz is an Isser Doraita. People go to extreme lengths to ensure that even a kol shehu, the tiniest amount of chametz, is completely avoided. Even a crumb mixed into something else becomes an Isur Derabanan. Despite this, people are very serious. Rambengas teaches us that just as we're so meticulous about chametz on Pesach, we must be equally cautious about allowing even a crumb of sadness or anger into our hearts on Sukkot. A rare and trace of sadness is an Isur D'Oraita. Chazal and Masechet Sukkah teach that one who experiences discomfort or pain is exempt from the Mitzvah Suka. As the Tiferet Shlomo writes, the Sukkah is not a place for suffering or illness. The Anani HaKavod, which the Sukkah represents, will grant anyone dwelling within it a complete refu'ah shlema from illness and pain. The mitzvah of Sukkah stems from the pasuk in Vayikra, Basukot Teshvu Shivat Yamim, you shall dwell in the Sukkah for 7 days. The holy Sar Shalom, the Belzer Rebbe Zatzal, derives from this pasuk the acronym Tishbi, referring to Eliyahu Hanavi, who will come to herald the arrival of Mashiach. The Orat Tzvi adds that if all Bnei Yisrael observe the mitzvah of Sukkah properly for its duration, Eliyahu Tishbi will announce the Ge'ulah Shalema. These four expressions of perfection, Emunah, Teshuvah, Rifu'ah, and Ge'ulah, also form the acronym Etrog. This is why we go to great lengths to obtain a shalem, a perfect specimen of the etrog. Through our perfect shalema and emunah, we'll achieve a true teshuvah, which will bring about our rifu'ah, culminating in the coming of Mashiach and the ge'ulah shalema speedily in our days. Amen. With this in mind, let me share a powerful story that beautifully illustrates the protection we experience through the mitzvah of Sukkah. Reb Eli Melech Biderman Shlita shares a remarkable story he heard firsthand. In Yerushalayim, one of the city's most respected families, descendants of the original Vishuv, built their sukkah each year in the parking lot of their apartment building. As the family grew, the sukkah became increasingly cramped until it reached a point where they could barely fit another person inside. That year, Reb Yehuda, the patriarch of the family, decided to expand the sukkah, adding a few extra panels to accommodate the growing clan. The family was overjoyed with the additional space, but one of their neighbors most certainly was not. The day after Reb Yehuda and his sons had labored tirelessly to erect the enlarged sukkah, a neighbor living one floor above descended in a fury. He shouted that the sukkah encroached on his designated parking space, with some of the beams protruding onto the area where he parked his car. Upon realizing the neighbor was correct, Reb Yehuda sincerely apologized for the oversight. He explained that he and his sons had invested so much effort in building the sukkah, and it would be disheartening to dismantle it after all their hard work. He pleaded with the neighbor to allow the sukkah to remain, hoping to appeal to his better nature. However, the neighbor was resolute and demanded that the sukkah be removed. The family was divided. I know I would be frustrated, to say the least. Some of the sons felt the neighbor was being unreasonable and thought that they should leave the sukkah as it stood, dealing with the consequences later. But Reb Yehuda, ever mindful of peace and respect, decided that they should comply. He could not bear the thought of entering Yom Tov knowing he caused another Yid distress. With a heavy heart, he and his sons dismantled their beautiful sukkah and rebuilt it in its original smaller space. In a final act of humility, Rabbi Yehuda again apologized to the neighbor, acknowledging his concerns and expressing his wish for peace. Yet divine providence, as always, played a significant role. On the second night of Yom Tov, while Yerushalayim slept peacefully, a deafening crash shattered the silence. Rabbi Yehuda and his sons rushed out of their sukkah, alarmed by the noise, and to their shock, a large chunk of Jerusalem stone had dislodged from the building and plummeted into the parking lot below, completely crushing a single car. The car belonging to the neighbor who had so adamantly demanded his parking space. Had the sukkah remained in that spot, the family would have been inside it at the time of the crash, placing them directly in harm's way. In an extraordinary twist of fate, the neighbor's unyielding insistence had inadvertently saved their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, this story reminds us of the immense power that lies in humility, peace, and unwavering bitachon. Rabbi Yehuda's decision to prioritize harmony, even in the face of challenge, allowed him to witness firsthand the miraculous protection of Borei Olam. The sukkah, beyond its physical form, serves as a sacred reminder that when we place our trust above, we're sheltered and guided, even if we not immediately see it. Sukkot invites us to step into a space of vulnerability and trust, knowing that even when life feels uncertain or difficult, Borei Olam's hand is always at work protecting and guiding us toward our greater good. When we act with emunah and ahava and anava, we open ourselves to his abundant blessing and protection. As we sit in our Sukkot this Yom Tov, may we strengthen our faith, cultivate peace in our hearts, and embrace the opportunities to act with chesed and anava. In this zechut, may Am Yisrael merit to see the third and final Beit HaMikdash, bimheira and biyamenu. Chag Sameach.